Listening comprehension, definition, importance, and characteristics. Listening is one of the 4 language skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Like reading, listening is a receptive skill, as it involves responding to language rather than producing it. Listening involves making sense of the meaningful sounds of language. We do this by making use of context, language, and our knowledge of the world. As English teachers, it is very important to develop the listening skills and, moreover, identify the acoustic strategies that we can use in the classroom. Listening becomes a fundamental social component, a key to communicate for almost every human being. When our young learners develop their listening comprehension skills, they will experience a great advance in their social circles as they grow up. Listening is an active process that allows us to learn new vocabulary, develop new ideas, and of course, interact with other people. Listening implies concentration on what the other people say. It also activates mental processes. Language Acquisition by Stephen Krashen. He says that we acquire language when we understand messages, not how they say them, but what they say. Anything that helps make input comprehensible, pictures, knowledge of the world, realia, etc., helps language acquisition. At the time when we listen, we pick out comprehensible input. So, in this way, the beginning of our language acquisition is when we start listening, not when we start speaking. To experience a good language acquisition, it is important to be motivated and have self-esteem. The lower anxiety, the better language acquisition. Factors that hinder listening comprehension. There are different factors that don't help listening comprehension. Redundancy is when we repeat or use in an exaggerated manner a word or phrase. Another factor is the reductions of words because it makes an unclear message. Colloquial language is another factor because it is difficult to specialize in the English of different countries. And the last factor is the speed when we talk, because the success of our message will be reflected in how fast or slow we say it. Inference versus prediction skills. Both of them are comprehension skills and they work together. Inferences include 3 different things. First, we figure out something that was not completely explained in the story. For this, we use what we know, what the text say, and then we infer. Inferences can have multiple responses based on the clues. A prediction is a guess that we make based on information that we see, read, or hear. Predictions help us think about a story, make sense of the story, and they also help us get into the story. At the end, we can verify if our predictions were wrong or right. Types of listening comprehension skills. There are some factors that we can take into account to have a good comprehension when listening. First, it is very important to understand the main idea of the conversation. This is a big picture of what we are listening. Then, we need to identify the specific information. They recall information. The third step is to make inferences. In this step, we guess because we have a previous knowledge. And the last one is interpret meaning, in which we pay attention and intonation and emphasis to give a meaning to what we listen. The practice of English language teaching. The extensive listening helps students to acquire vocabulary and grammar in a natural way. Students are able to make their own decisions about what they are going to listen, and they love this. Talking about intensive listening, it is good to bring tape material to our classrooms. Students are able to hear different voices with real people talking in different situations. This is a way to show our students the real world communication.